special guest today, Nicole Hansen. Nicole is a nutritionist. So if you want to reach out to me, you can get me at stevemain.com. That's probably the best place to do it. And for Nicole, first, Nicole, tell us about your background as far as your educational background.
I went through courses with Nutritional Therapy Institute in Colorado to get my degree in holistic nutrition. So they're one of the only colleges out there that offers a board certification so that I have to test in order to treat across state lines for nutrition. So I know a little bit about every state line out there and what their qualifications are.
Okay, great. So also I just want to say to anybody out there listening, if you have questions for Nicole or comments, please leave them in the comments section. You can just, for now, if you want to know more, just leave it in that comment section. I'll see it, she'll see it, and we will respond to you. So welcome, Nicole. It's great to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so let's talk about butyrate. First of all, what is it?
It is a short chain fatty acid that beefs up our good bacteria in the gut and helps break down our dietary fiber. So in the large intestines, which is a huge benefit to us because what happens is butyrate actually promotes ketones without actually going through the fasting process. It will break down the fiber and butyrate comes off of that fiber, which really helps support the immune system. It reduces inflammation in the body, and it even promotes healthy kill off and die off of cancers in the body. One of the greatest things that everybody knows about butyrate is that it helps with weight loss because essentially it's a fiber that regulates our blood sugar.
Okay, so yeah, that's great. I was going to ask you next, what does it do? And you pretty much explained that, what it does. So if there's anything else that you can think of that it does, let us know. But also, how do we get this in our body? Does our body make it? Do we need to ingest it? Is it essential? How do we get it? So do we want our butyrate to be up higher to get all these benefits that you're talking about? So how do we do this?
So a lot of the times in our Western, what we call the standard American diet, the SAD diet, you're really creating a lot of bad bacteria because you don't have whole foods like leafy green vegetables, butter in the diet. Butyrate comes from those things. Butyrate comes from fruits, legumes, veggies, dairy products. So a lot of the times people have an aversion to dairy products because they've built up their bad bacteria instead of their good bacteria. So one of the things that I like doing is going in, looking at lab work to see if their bad bacteria is overgrown so that we can get that down. And then we introduce butyrate. In the process, we introduce it in foods such as fruits, legumes, vegetables, protein from animal protein. You can get it from dairy products, butter, cheese, of course, grass-fed butter, grass-finished, and things like whole milk, preferably raw whole milk, but you don't find that very often these days. But you can get those, and it will help build up the good butyrate in your bacteria, in the good bacteria in your system.
Wow, it's funny because some of these things that you're saying, I mean, people are going to, choke about butter. It's funny because like what you're saying, my wife and I will go out to breakfast in the morning. We like to go out on Saturday. It's just a day where we go out on Saturday, and they know some of the places where we go, where I order, sausage and, bacon and eggs and bring lots of butter.
Yep.
And can you cook it in butter and bring cubes of the
Yeah.
and we say, we're trying to be healthy. And these servers look
Like
at you
you're
like you're
crazy.
nuts. Like you got two heads. I'm going, no, I'm
Yeah.
serious. And they go, yeah, okay, yeah, you're going to be
Yeah.
healthy. People don't know,
No, not at
and it's like,
all.
I really am. My blood pressure is 105 over 65. My glucose is dialed in. My triglycerides are perfect. I mean, yeah, but what can you say?
Yep.
But it's just, I had to tell that little story when you said
Oh
butter.
yeah.
So that sounds like it's something that's really important. And we're getting it from food. You mentioned foods. Are there any supplements that you would recommend, or is there any other way we can get this in our body, get it elevated?
Yeah, and we can take a supplement for it. Sodium butyrate. It helps with one of the biggest things that this helps with, especially supplementation of it, is all the people out there right now, and there's a ton of them that have IBS, diverticulosis, diverticulitis, Crohn's disease. What happens is you're growing your bad bacteria in the system, and it's an overload on the intestine. So, with supplementing with butyrate, it will help grow the good bacteria and cut down on the bad bacteria, which again, we've talked a lot about ketones, that kind of stuff. It also plays a part in communicating with the brain. So you have, brain fog is gone. You have clear thoughts. When you're in a situation like this, you're not stumbling. You think through it properly. Butyrate does all of that kind of thing. The other thing that it really helps with supplementation of it is um, it helps you sleep better, because believe it or not, when you have an abundance of bad bacteria in the gut, it rears its ugly head at night. When you sleep, it comes alive. Well, you want your good bacteria to come alive, so you get a proper amount of sleep, which, Steve, sleep is one of the most important things out there. And if you're not getting it and those bad
Absolutely.
bacteria are being activated during that time period, you're not getting a good night's sleep, and they're just growing inside of you. You want good bacteria to grow at that point. So supplementation, I like sodium butyrate. Lots of people get freaked out because of the word sodium. It's butyrate. It's helping the good bacteria grow in the system.
Yeah, that people freak out about a lot of other stuff that they've just been taught is bad. By the way, I like what you did. SAD, standard American diet.
Oh
I
yeah,
like that. It
very
is very sad.
sad.
Um, so can you get this in a powder form or a capsule form,
You
or?
can get them in both. You can do capsule, or I have lots of people on powders because they don't like taking so many pills during the day. So it comes in a powder form and a capsule form. You can find it in a liquid form, but I would be very careful with that because some places are not doing a great justice to it in a liquid form. I really like Thorne
Hmm,
supplementation. I definitely Designs by Health. They're really good at what come in those packages, and you can trust what's in them.
awesome. Well, Nicole, thank you. That is great information. Really appreciate it. If you guys have questions, leave them in the comment section. Nicole, thanks for being with
Absolutely.
us.
Thank you.
We'll do this again really quick. Thanks for being
Thank
with
you.
us.